very welcome here, ladies and gentlemen, to Sean Newman Park in Bowmean for this Under 12 Division 3A final of 2008. And here, as we see, getting their photograph taken is Moynalvey, wearing their usual maroon and white colours. And as we look over the photograph being taken, we'll give you the line out. In goal is Paul Devine. Full back line of Keane Scanlon, Owen Mitchell and Conor Harnan. Half back line of Abby Killalay, Robert Lawless and Colm O'Connor. At midfield, we have wearing number 8 is Brian Harnan, the captain, and number 9 David McLaughlin. A half forward line of Brian O'Reilly, Andrew Jackson and Joseph Martin, and a full forward line of Patrick Dowling, Hughie O'Sullivan and Dara Walsh. And the substitutes are Adam Murphy, Kieran Malee, Alan Lyne and Michael Burke. Manager is Paul Harnan. Selectors are Liam Harnan, Leo Mitchell, Fintan Lawless and Brenda Harnan. And as the referee is, he has a number of Moynalty lads there. I hope they're not all the captains. We do have joint captains, but we're waiting for the toss there in with the referee. We'll give you the Moynalty line out. In goals is Matthew McKenna. Full back line of James Cassidy, Jonathan Lynch and Edwina Alwell. Half back line of Pádraig O'Connor, Patrick Farley and Ronan Lynch. At midfield, wearing number 8 is Anthony Nevin and number 9 is Robert Nevin. And a half forward line of Luke Murphy, Patrick Byrne and Shane Farley, joint captain. Barry Nevin, also joint captain. Shane Faulkner and Cathal Riley. And the subs are Marion Farley, Fiachra Gallagher, Jennifer McKenna, Adam Riley, Louise Byrne, Sean Nevin, Shane Lynch, Niall Connor, Owen Dunnigan and James Maloney. Certainly no shortage of under 12 players in Moynalty. And the manager is Charlie Farley and selectors are Brendan Lynch and Hugh Byrne. So this promises to be an excellent game of football here. Spills the rains, but it's cleared up at the moment. The sun is shining. The pitch is in excellent condition. It'll be going to be slippy a bit underground. And so we're really looking forward to this final. And I've seen some of these young lads play with Moynalty at coming in one school level. And so we're in for the toss now. And the joint captains Shane Farley and Barry Nevin from Moynalty go in with Brian Harnan from Moynalvey. Between Moynalty and Moynalvey, could be getting mixed up on it and that, but they say the referees into the toss is down as D. Smith. It's obviously not Donald Smith, the former Meath goalie. But we'll find that out for you just now in a minute. So the referee is shaking hands with the captains, and he's giving instructions before the game starts. I don't know for under 12s whether it's a necessity or not, but he's tossed, he's looking at the coin, he's dropped the coin. And it looks like Moynalvey have won the toss and are testing to see if there's wind. There's no wind out here at the moment. The sun is shining, it's after a heavy shower. And I say, let's hope it stays like this for the next hour and a half or so. So it looks like Moynalvey is playing left to right. And I was going to say down the hill, there is a slight hill here. It's not going to make any much difference, but Moynalvey playing from left to right, and there are some changes. I think I see number 20 there for Moynalvey. Well, I see number 20 over the far side. She's not on the list, so I'm going to have to find out who it is. So we'll be back to you in a short moment. Thank you. And everybody's ready now. Referee Des Smith ready to throw the ball in. You have Anthony Nevin, Robert Nevin at midfield for Moynalty. Brian Harnan, David McLaughlin. The ball is in. The game is on. And the first to break away with it is Brian Harnan. Brian Harnan throws a long ball in. And inside, but that's gone over the head well as well. Kept in there by Barry Nevin. Or not Barry Nevin, it was Patrick Dowling. But Patrick puts it out to the right and wide. First wide of the game to Moynalvey. And the kick out taken over there by Jonathan Lynch. Puts it out over the far side, but that's gone straight out over the sideline. An opportunity now for Moynalvey to launch another attack in there. And Luke Murphy, he's wearing number 10. He seems to be playing over on the left half forward position. But he leaves it to, it was Brian O'Reilly. Leaves it to Brian Harnan. That ball is punted in and it's picked up now by David McLaughlin. David McLaughlin puts it across. Well blocked in there by Jonathan Lynch, and it comes off from Moynalvey man and gone out wide. Second wide of the game from Moynalvey. Kicked out there by Owen Mitchell and comes out to the midfield. The referee says that Robert Lawless pushed in the back, and the ball kicked out here over to Shane Farley. Now Shane Farley has the ball, turns one way, turns back inside, and it's with now Patrick Byrne. Patrick Byrne has the ball, going hand to toe one way, holds up, puts it across the field, high up in the air. Dana's hospital passes, they say that's gone over Abby Killalay, and it's picked up in there by Luke Murphy. Luke Murphy feeds it back out, but Abby Killalay gets her hand to that one. She picks it off the ground. The referee says agrees with me, and that's a free in to Moynalty, about 28, 29 metres out from goals, but way out on the far side. Man across the middle, number 9 here, shouting for that ball, but he's not going to, as Paul is put in towards Patrick Byrne. Patrick Byrne gets down, he turns, comes back around, he looks up one way, he turns the other way, he loses possession, he goes to ground, and it's coming, Brian Harlan coming out here with the ball. Brian looks up, right foot down the middle, and it comes up there to another Moynalvey man. Ball is going in high, and they're pushing the back there by Jonathan Lynch on Hughie Sullivan, and it's a free into through Moynalvey. David McLaughlin going to take this one. David looks up, puts it up high, it's gone around, it's well taken in there by Jonathan Lynch in the full back line. He comes out with solos with the right foot, he loses possession, he gets down on it, gets it up again, turns back in, tries to get clearance in, but it's well blocked in there, and it's picked up now by Patrick Farley. Patrick Farley puts it out, and Patrick Byrne comes on to Patrick Byrne has the ball. Patrick puts the right foot, low ball over towards his number 8, Anthony Nevin. Anthony Nevin going, being chased down by Brian Harnan. Anthony kicks in, and it's well taken up there by Abby Killalay. Abby puts it down the field. Abby puts it down to Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson has the ball, well fed inside, and here comes David McLaughlin with the ball. David McLaughlin goes ahead, puts it in left footed, puts that one high, and puts that one over the bar, and it's the first goal of the game. Ball is kicked out over towards Patrick Byrne. Patrick Byrne doesn't collect it, and getting down on the ball here now. He doesn't get down, and the ball is put out over. It's gone out over the sideline. No, it's not. And number 7, Ronan Lynch, and puts it inside to Shane Farley. Shane Farley neatly haps inside, puts it across in towards the full forward. The full forward now is Shane Faulkner. Shane Faulkner has the ball. He has an opportunity to put it inside, but that's gone straight into the goalie, Paul Devine. Paul Devine, he has the ball, clean it straight out, and it comes to number 9. There's Robert Nevin. Robert Nevin has the ball. The referee says Robert Nevin fouled the ball, and it's a free out to Moynalvey. Ball kicked well down the field, and it's gone over the head of the centre half back, and it's picked up now by Hughie O'Sullivan. Hughie Sullivan gets it inside to number 15, Darragh Walsh. Darragh Walsh has the ball. He gets down the second time, puts it in the right foot, right across the square. Dangerous ball there, but it's gone over the head of Patrick Dowling, and Patrick Dowling's gone out to the left and wide, way out to wide over at the far corner, and that's the third wide of the game for Moynalvey. Ball kicked out in the air now. Patrick Farley has the ball. Patrick turns inside, kicks a high ball, right foot, down towards Patrick Byrne. It's gone over the head of Patrick Byrne. It's gone over the head of everybody. It's well picked up there by Conor Harnan. Conor Harnan feeds it out. Conor Harnan feeds it out to David McLaughlin. David McLaughlin. No, it wasn't. In fact, it was Brian Harnan that got that ball there. And coming out, Patrick Farley. Patrick Farley with the ball. Turns, puts it left foot, but straight to the Moynalvey player. Picked up there, Colm O'Connor. Colm O'Connor kicks it down, and ball breaks in out. There's Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson turns inside. He goes to. The referee says he fouled the ball. He realised that he had made a mistake, but I don't think he caught it the second time. A bit unfortunate there with that one. But here comes Patrick Farley. Patrick Farley puts a high ball in, and this ball is going in, but the full forward stops the way. And here coming now is Anthony Nevin. Anthony Nevin puts that one up, and Anthony Nevin puts that one out to the right and wide. Referee waiting now for it's Owen Mitchell kicks that ball out, and Abby Killalay breaks it down to Connor or to Brian Harnan. Brian Harnan turns inside, right foot, a big high ball in there, and it breaks down and picks up now is David McLaughlin. David McLaughlin has the ball. He puts another high ball in, but it's working. It's in now to Darragh Walsh. Darragh Walsh puts that ball in, puts it across, and that's gone over the head off the goal. Matthew McKenna in there, the goalie Matthew McKenna. Matthew has a hat on him, but that sun as well is getting low in the sky, and there's a difficult ball there, and fortunate goal there for Moynalvey, and Moynalvey lead now 1 goal and 1 point to no score. Jonathan Lynch with a kick out over towards the far side. Brian Harnan goes for it. Brian Harnan gets it. Brian Harnan drives through, looks up and puts a long right footed ball inside, and it's coming into the corner forward, and the corner forward is knocked over there by Jonathan Lynch. Referee says there's no score, and coming out there with the ball is Edwina Allwell, and picked up now by Patrick Farley. Patrick Farley has the ball. He puts a high ball over towards the far side. Abby Killalay gets a boot to it, picked up by Patrick Byrne. Patrick Byrne goes to get by Conor Harnan. He does so, looks up and puts a left foot down towards Shane Farley. Shane Farley looks inside, puts a low ball inside. Good movement here by Moynalty. Paul put inside to number 13. It's Barry Nevin. Barry Nevin is robbed of the ball there, and great play there by Moynalvey. By number 6 is Robert Lawless, and played on inside now to Hughie Sullivan. Hughie Sullivan with the ball, cuts inside with right foot the ball, a dangerous ball in, and picked up there number 15, Darren Walsh. Darren Walsh goes to kick it, but it's goes out to the right and wide, and it was certainly a good opportunity there for Moynalvey to extend the lead. And so far, well, Moynalty haven't had a decent shot on goal. One ball I think went into the goalie, but here come Moynalty on the attack again. Ball put in neatly there to Robert Nevin. Robert Nevin looks up. Good blocking in there by the Moynalvey player, and he puts a high ball. That's Brian Harnan. Great blocking in there, and the referee says, well, there's pushing inside. And I think it's Edwina Allwell is accused of pushing inside there, and the referee says it's a free. And we have David McLaughlin already the score of 1 point, going to take this one, puts it up, puts it high, and it bounces off the fingers, comes back out, and one of the players hurt his finger inside there. He's in trouble, and Moynalty coming away with the ball, but they certainly have the centre half back, has damaged his hand inside there, and the referee decides to halt the game. They're going to have a hot ball, but I think that ball got either caught on the crossbar or between the ball and the crossbar that time and damaged his fingers, and he's in trouble down there, so we'll just have a break for a minute. And we're ready to resume now. Patrick Farley has recovered, but he's still holding his hand across his body, and he's obviously in some pain over there, but the referee throws the ball up, and ball's taken there now by Brian Harnan. Brian Harnan, captain, turns up and puts the right foot, a high dangerous ball in towards the goalie, and ball goes out to the left and wide, and that's another wide from Moynalvey. That's wide number 4 or 5 at this stage. I think it's number 5, and certainly Moynalty are struggling so far to make any impact up front. Moynalvey forwards have coped well with the ball here now with Shane Farley. Shane Farley turns one way, gets a low ball in towards Patrick Byrne. Patrick Byrne hasn't got going yet. I've seen this lad play football, and he is some footballer. But that ball kicked across the way and as well right there by Abby Killalay. Abby wearing the number 20. Paul Harnan says, you know, like a real farmer playing the poor mouth, saying we haven't the price of a full set of jerseys. Poor Moynalvey. But they won't worry too much about that if they can win this under 12 league final, Division 3A final tonight. Ball quickly taken there by Moynalty, and Moynalty coming now on the attack, and it's picked up now. It's Pádraig Conor. Pádraig Conor doesn't get the ball in. That looked to have been picked off the ground, but the referee doesn't think so. Another high ball put in, and another one gone out to the left and wide. Wide number 6 for Moynalty. Kick out taken there by Jonathan Lynch from Moynalvey, taken by Jonathan Lynch. It goes out to Brian Harnan. Brian Harnan goes forward, turns back inside, and solos through. He's looking up, he's putting that one in, and he puts that one out to the right and wide. Score remains, it's Moynalvey 1 goal and 1 point. Moynalty no score. I say that we're just waiting for Moynalty to try and get into this game. They just don't seem to be doing so, and the ball is put inside now here, and here comes number 14 as Hughie Sullivan. Hughie Sullivan gets that ball and puts that one out to the right and wide. Believe it or not, at this stage we've had 8 wides from Moynalvey, dominating this game so far. Pádraig Conor with that ball. Pádraig is judged to have overcarried the ball. Harassing there from David McLaughlin, and it's a free in to Moynalty. And this ball has been left to Brian Harnan to take. He's looking to see is there anyone on the move. Number 7, Callum O'Connor, is making a run up the field, but then decides not to. And well, change of tactics here. They're putting Brian Harnan right in around the square, and leaving this to be taken by, is it Robert Lawless, but he puts it in high. It doesn't reach Brian Harnan. It reaches Ronan Lynch, but the ball comes back out now to number 11 there, Andrew Jackson. It's well taken in there by Patrick Farley. Patrick Farley puts it down along the side, comes over towards Abby Killalay. Abby lets it run over the sideline. A line ball to Moynalvey over there halfway, near the halfway line. Ball kicked in well there, and it's picked up by David McLaughlin. David McLaughlin with the ball. David is judged to have been fouled by Patrick Farley, and a free into Moynalvey. David McLaughlin is going to take this one himself. Puts it on his left foot, tips it on his left foot. And he's coming in now to kick it with his right, and he puts that one in high. They're all bunching in around there. Ball breaks down, comes to Hughie Sullivan. Hughie leaves it on the ground, tries to soccer play it into the net. That'll be more for the European Championships tonight with France and Italy playing, but not here in Sean Newman Park, and is picked up there by number 12, Joseph Martin. Joseph Martin puts it across the square. The ball goes in, and that's booted into the net. And looking to see who scores that one there. As far as I can see, it's number 13, Patrick Dowling, that scored that one there. Patrick Dowling over on the far side, and it's now 2 goals and 1 point to Moynalvey, no score to Moynalty. And looking in there again, Patrick Farley is still in trouble in there with his hand. See, well, Patrick Farley making his way off at the moment. He certainly seems to be in trouble down there, and that certainly is a huge loss to Moynalty. Centre half back, one of the most important positions on the field, and he has to make his way off. And we have number 16 as Marion Farley is making her way in. She's going into the full forward line, and making his way up to centre half back is Shane Faulkner. So certainly Moynalty having to adjust because of that injury to Patrick Farley in his centre half back position. Well, it's a vitally important position. And Moynalty get down to this ball, but it's picked up by Moynalvey now, and going with that ball is Hughie Sullivan. Hughie Sullivan with the ball, puts it up high up to there, and is picked up inside now by Dara Walsh. Dara Walsh with the ball right out in the corner. Wearing number 15, but playing the number 13 position. Put that one straight across the square. That's referee Des Smith. It judges that to have been a square ball, and rightly so. There was 2 or 3 waiting inside there. Square ball, there is square ball in under 12 football. The small square comes into play. There's no penalties, but there's a small square in there, and the referee rightly judges to have disallowed that goal. And the ball is kicked out over towards the far side. It breaks down over to the far side, and the umpire holds it up, and he's saying it's a hot ball. Or the linesman holding the ball up there to say it's a hot ball. And it's thrown up there between Anthony Nevin and Brian Harnan. Brian Harnan wins possession, and Andrew Jackson was making a run there. Brian decides he's not going to rush it. He decides to land that ball right into the danger area. Ball comes down to Shane Faulkner. Shane doesn't collect it, and it's been picked up here now by Joseph Martin, and well taken out there by Edwina Alwell. Edwina Alwell kicks it out over the far sideline. Breaking down there by Brian Harnan. Brian ports it out over the sideline, and it's a line ball to Moynalty, about 28 or 9 metres out from goal. Ball kicked into Pádraig Connor. Pádraig Connor feeds it back inside, and Moynalty coming in an opportunity now. But I don't know where that ball has been taken, but it's Hughie Sullivan with the ball there. Hughie Sullivan, don't know, is he related to Frank Sullivan, former Meath player, and now he certainly had a young man a couple of years ago playing under 14 with Moynalvey, and possibly is. But that ball there taken by Jonathan Lynch, cleared out over the sideline, and it's a line ball to Moynalvey to be taken by Colm O'Connor. Colm O'Connor has the ball, and he's told to leave it. He's leaving it to Robert Lawless, the centre half back. Robert has been brought forward on a couple of occasions already to take the freeze, and he's going to land this one in again, and Brian Harnan got in there. Brian goes up. Referee says Brian put a hand on somebody's back. I don't know whose it was, but it's a free out, and Shane Faulkner kicks this ball out, but hasn't come to anybody. It's gone to Patrick Byrne. It's the first time Patrick Byrne gets the ball, puts it into number 12, but Shane Farley doesn't get that ball. Moynalvey coming on the attack again. Sorry, getting the words mixed up, but Robert Nevin with the ball. Robert is fouled there by Andrew Jackson. It's a free in. Ball goes in towards Patrick Byrne. Patrick O'Byrne, great catching in there. Just breaks away from Patrick Byrne in there and breaks down to the Moynalvey player. Ball put inside, and again going Patrick Byrne. Patrick Byrne doesn't get to that. Robert Lawless broke that away from Patrick Byrne, and certainly Patrick Byrne will be one of the danger men on the Moynalty team. Brilliant player off both feet, and that ball going over high over to Shane Faulkner. Shane Faulkner gets down to it. Well played by Shane Faulkner. 2 lads after him there, and Shane gets down to him again. Turns one way. He's a man across the way. Puts a good ball there by Shane Faulkner over to Pádraig Connor. Pádraig Connor has the ball, but he's been followed and chased out there by Brian O'Reilly. Pádraig cuts inside. Pádraig just hops it in. He takes too much out of the ball. He does. Brian Harnan, strength of Brian Harnan in there. Brian dispossesses him, collects the ball and drives out the field. looks up. I'd say he's going to, yes, the referee is going to say he just looks as he's overcarried it, and just as he does, I say that the referee blows the whistle. Ball is kicked in high into the air. Robert Lawless and Patrick Byrne. Ball goes over the head of the two of them. Fed out now to Patrick Byrne. Patrick goes to go one way, goes the other way. Put the ball well blocked there by Robert Lawless. Patrick Byrne gets it back again. He's getting it hard to get away from this man. He jinks once, he jinks twice, and he loses the ball. Andrew Jackson has it. Andrew Jackson has the ball inside. Decides not to use Robert Lawless. Drives out himself. He's been chased by Patrick Byrne. Patrick Byrne does great work there, breaks it down, but it's picked up by Robert Lawless. Robert clears across back to the middle towards Brian Harnan. Brian doesn't get it. That was looked to have been picked off the ground. He was picked up now by Andrew Nevin, and this is a bit more just great defence in there by Moynalvey. Is saying Moynalty would win a lot of possession, but Moynalvey defence in there is very resolute, and they're getting blocks in on numerous occasions in that last bit of play. Ball has been left here now to Owen Mitchell from Moynalvey to take this kick out. And picked it here, Robert Nevin, or David McLaughlin. He puts it inside and been picked up by Jonathan Lynch. Jonathan Lynch doesn't get it at the first time of asking. He pokes it outside and it's picked up now. David McLaughlin coming again, and this dispels danger again. This ball going in for the goals, but it's as well taken in there by Matthew McKenna. Matthew McKenna puts it out, clears it over this side and chasing after it now. Ronan Lynch has the ball. Well played by Ronan there. Tries to get down to it, but he's been well harassed, and it's been picked up there by Shane Farley. Shane Farley's judged to have been fouled, and the referee says they're free. There's a push in the back there on Shane Farley. That ball comes towards Robert Lawless, and Patrick Byrne just put the hand in there and didn't think he had fouled him. Robert Lawless went to ground, and it's a free to Robert right on the halfway line. And Struction is letting that ball right in across. It's well taken in there by Shane Faulkner. Shane Faulkner turns one way right forward, but that's blocked down by David McLaughlin. David McLaughlin coming through now. The jersey is trusted there. Ball is put in, and that goes out to the right and wide. The referee gave advantage there. I said the material in the jersey of David McLaughlin was well tested there, well stretched by Shane Faulkner, but the referee gave the advantage, and rightly so. But the ball was put out to the right and wide. And Shane Faulkner, well, certainly getting in the ball quite a bit over there, but he's surrounded by four Moynalvey lads. Comes now to Andrew Jackson. Andrew turns one way, turns back the other way, puts it across the square, and that one has gone in and it's over the bar, and a good score there by Andrew Jackson. It's 2 goals and 2 points to Moynalvey. No score to Moynalty. And Brian Harlan trying to get that ball there. He doesn't get it the first time of asking. He has it at the second time of asking now, and he goes to drive through. Tries to get through 2. He's held back. He solos. And the referee says that Brian Harlan overheld the ball. And there's a free in. A free in to Moynalty. Puts that ball under towards Patrick Byrne. Well taken there by Patrick Byrne. Great pair of hands inside. Puts the ball inside. Good day. Ball in over towards number 15. It's Cathal Riley. Does Cathal keep it in? Cathal can't keep it in, and it's gone out for a line ball over there. Only about 4 or 5 metres out from the end line. A line ball to Moynalvey, and this is going to be taken by Owen Mitchell. And the referee is hold up with a hand as a substitute, and Patrick Farley is making his way back in to on the Moynalty team, and looks like he's moving into the corner forward position, and making way over there. I think it's Cathal Riley. Well played, Cathal. Shane Farley, or Patrick Farley, has recovered, and he certainly can't leave a man of his height and stature on. Well played, Cathal Riley. And an opportunity coming now, but here comes it's Owen Mitchell with the ball. It's blocked over there. Patrick Byrne is chasing down, gets a hand in, gets a block in, and it's picked up again over there, and it's Owen Mitchell. Owen Mitchell has been adjudged to have been pushed in the back, and it's a free to Moynalvey right on the 45 metre line. It wouldn't be 45, but that's where the 45s are taken from, I'd say. Something more like 35 metres out from goals. And free taken by Moynalvey. And inside there towards David McLaughlin, then pushed it all inside. And that's ball broken down now, and it's Brian O'Reilly with the ball. Brian O'Reilly goes to go inside. Well taken into now Hugh Sullivan. Hugh Sullivan goes to go around. He pulls it back in. Put across, and it's well broken down there by Edwina Allwell. Edwina goes to come out with it. She forgets it on the first time. Does she get it on the second time? The referee, a little bit harsh there on Moynalty, and he gives a free in. It must have been for a foul on the ball, picking the ball off the ground, And another opportunity now for Moynalvey to extend the lead. Ball is kicked in high, and the umpire is going for the flag. Another score there for Moynalvey, and it's now 2-3 to no score. Ball taken out by Jonathan Lynch, puts it high over to our great catch there by Patrick Byrne. What beautiful stylus this player has. Catches it above his head with two hands, puts it across the field, and here they come on the round going again, and it's a free into Moynalty, and the ball has been left to Patrick Byrne. But well, you could do it a few more. You could do it having Patrick Byrne inside now. If the ball is fed back to Patrick Byrne has this ball. Does he go by one? But well, Brian Harlan there, the strength of Brian Harlan getting in for that ball, and it's well played there by Moynalty to win that ball back. And it's been put in there. Can he keep this ball in? It's not gone over the sideline yet, and it's coming up now by Ronan Lynch. Ronan Lynch wants to let that ball in. They're saying, been told to let it go. Who's inside there? Gets it up and having somebody get their hands to it. Yes, and it's stuck into the back of the net there. And who is it that scored that one? Is it 15? I thought it was 15. Cathal Riley that went off. I obviously got that one wrong. It was number 15, so the man went off. I think maybe have been Luke Murphy, so I got the names wrong there. But certainly that's a big help to Moynalty. Gives them a lift. They're back in this game. It's 1 goal to 2 goals and 3 points. And Patrick Byrne breaks that down, but it's Abby Killalay that gets that one. And here comes Moynalty again, and number 15, Cathal Riley gets that ball, but he's dispossessed there. The hand comes down and comes in, and it's Abby Killalay again with the ball. Patrick Byrne is trying to close it down. Ball breaks out over towards the midfield area. The referee blows the whistle, and I don't know what way he's signalling. He's now saying it's a free to Moynalty. There must have been a push in the back there. Certainly something that I didn't see. The referee obviously did it on the referee's right, no matter what you say. And free now to Moynalty. And look at it, lads free there now. They're not. Moynalty are standing, or Moynalvey are standing looking for him, but they're not getting this ball in quick enough. They are now getting it across the field, and it breaks down, and ball is put in high, and it's gone out to the left. Gone out to the left and wide. Did it. And we're back with the game here now. Let's say Moynalvey coming with the kick out, and there's a substitute. No, it's number 7, is Ronan Lynch, who's injured there, going back in out of the game now, and ball is kicked high, going now breaking down as well, taken there by Shane Faulkner, and breaks down now to Anthony Nevin. Anthony Nevin puts that ball in now, and here comes Moynalty now. Shane Farley gets the ball, puts it in. Is there anybody inside? No, well taken in there by the Moynalvey man inside, broken down towards Ronan Lynch, but he breaks it straight down to David McLaughlin. And certainly Moynalty are getting back into this game now. Ronan Lynch fighting for the ball over there. He gets down in it, but he's just out-muscled and outnumbered over there. And number 11, Andrew Jackson, coming down on the far side, turns back inside, puts it on the right foot, put it across the field. Well taken in there by Pádraig Connor. Pádraig turns back out and has the help outside. Jonathan Lynch is there to help him. Jonathan pokes it over towards the side, and a Moynalty man chasing after it here. Looking to see who it is. It's James Cassidy. James Cassidy puts it in, and ball breaks down now, and it's Robert Nevin. Robert Nevin has the ball, puts it inside now. Patrick Farley goes to go down on that ball. Can he keep it in over the far side? He does. He keeps it in. Can he feed it inside now to... No, he's going to go the whole way. Puts it in now, and he's gone too far, has he? He went too far with that ball. Instead of kicking a score, another point at this stage would certainly have given Moynalty a lift, but he just carried that ball too far, and he had an opportunity even to kick for goal. But that ball there, and Jonathan Lynch just got a little nudge there from Darragh Walsh, and Darragh Walsh is bearing in on goals, puts it in and puts it high and puts it over the bar. And instead of a score at one end from Moynalty, it goes down to the far side, and a score from Moynalvey. It's 2-4 to a goal. And certainly Moynalty not having the luck of it at the moment. The referee blows the half-time whistle. I say 10 points to 3, 7-point lead for Moynalvey at half-time. And enforced change has been made on the Moynalty team with injuries to different players and that. First of all, Patrick Farley, and then later up here in the forward. So we'll be back with you for the second half. Thank you.